there's dry traps across some parts of Tshwane. The city says this is because of decreased supply from rainwater. Authorities say they've tried a number of interventions, but there's been no improvement. Areas like Lodium, Atteridgeville, Cosmosdal, and Olivenhout-Bosch are affected. John Roberts, Rainwater Acting Executive Manager for Bulk Water Distribution, joins us now from Johannesburg for more on this. Mr. Roberts, good evening. Welcome to South Africa Tonight. What's the reason for this problem of no water or lack of water in parts of Tshwane?
Good evening, Mr. Moyane, and thank you very much this evening for having us. Let me start by saying that the main reason for some of the intermittent interruptions that we are currently experiencing is within our Palmit system, which basically supplies the city of Tshwane, part of the city of Joburg through Johannesburg Water and city of Ekurhuleni. Now, last week, around about Thursday, there was one of the main pipelines that supplies one of our Klipfontein reservoirs, which is situated in Midrand, which supplies most of the Metro's reservoirs. This main pipeline, one of the boundary valves on this pipeline was vandalized, and we unfortunately had to isolate the line and perform emergency repairs, on this pipeline or on that valve. So this repair basically took the whole of Thursday, and we were only able to reinstate the pipeline late in the evening on Thursday night. Now, if I can explain also further that we've got two main pipelines, of which the pipeline where the vandalism took place, is the biggest line that supplies the Klipfontein reservoirs. So with only the one line supplying that reservoir, that basically the duration of the outage basically depleted, the reservoir levels that we had in Klipfontein, and hence the effect on some of the residents, especially the city of Tshwane that is basically, further downstream of the reservoir, yeah.
How long then will it take for the pipeline to be transporting normal volumes high enough for the pressure to return so the taps are no longer dry?
Yeah, the repairs were completed, like I said, on Thursday. For now, it is just a question of the system, to recover. We are augmenting the supply to that.
How long will it take, Mr. Roberts, for the system to recover?
Yeah, look, I cannot give you a definitive answer, but in terms of the water that's going through to Klipfontein at the current moment, we are hoping that during the night we should see some significant increase in that reservoir, and probably by tomorrow morning or late tomorrow afternoon, we should be having sufficient head in the reservoir to be able to supply the rest of the areas. However, Mr. Moyane, I also just want to request and urge our communities, during this time, because of the low levels, everybody starts, drawing from the system. So if we can urge our communities just to use water sparingly, just to allow us to feed water back into the system, that will actually expedite the process, in having the levels, the required head in our reservoir, so that we can then supply water to everybody within the Midrand and Tshwane area.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Heritage Weekend. Many people have plans this weekend, and it looks like weather-wise it's going to be very warm as well, and there's more consumption. Obviously, we have to use water sparingly, as rainwater is always appealing to us to do so, but having no water at all will be very frustrating. So you anticipate that, according to what you know now, with the flow that's happening, by the end of tomorrow, things should begin to get better.
Yes, I can confirm that, yeah. We should definitely see a change by the end of tomorrow, hoping that we do not also just clog the system and exceed what is coming in, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll have to leave it there, and hopefully the people of Tshwane will be smiling as the day goes on tomorrow. That's John Roberts. He's Rand Water Acting Executive Manager for Bulk Water Distribution, one of the main pipelines, actually the main pipeline that takes water to the Klipfontein Reservoir was vandalized. It's now been repaired. It takes a few days for the flow of water there to normalize. So let's hope what he said, by the end of tomorrow, you should be getting more water coming out of the dry taps in parts of Tshwane.